there are any citizens that would like to come forward to the lectern, you have 4 minutes. If you'll please address your, say your name and your address.
Good evening. My name is Johnny Ashley. I live at 2675 Glade Drive, Christiansburg, Virginia. I am here to request legislative changes to reinforce parental rights in family court. The state legislature has already passed most of these laws, but if no one enforces them, then they aren't real laws. There is also a multiple interpretations of the best interest of the child law. DSS returns children to drug addicts because it is required to get federal funding. Family court says the best interest of a child is that a natural parent has no rights to their child, even without showing of evidence that would be required for DSS involvement. Even without any evidence, a parent isn't fit. The court can charge child support. Per Social Security Act, Title IV, the federal government matches what the state collects in child support for general funding. Abduction is to gain control of someone by violence, threat of violence, or deception. But if the deception is to a judge, perjury, law enforcement's policy is not to investigate. Theft by deception is basically fraud, to gain money or property by false pretense. And the First Amendment of Virginia's Constitution says that a law is valid unless legislative action is taken. So to rephrase the Montgomery County Sheriff's policy from last week, they violate the Constitution to protect child abductors, which protects the state's theft by deception racket, which I'm sure helps them get funding. Now replace the word state with mafia. How does that sound? That's why I can't have a multi-county grand jury, because if people found out what the state's policy was, they would be outraged. It has to be kept a secret. Even the other government agencies can't know about these policies. I started having bad panic attacks. I haven't really talked about the false reports made against me yet. I've been investigated 3 times for molesting my son. I've never been charged, and nothing happened to the family who stole my son for falsely reporting me. For some reason, I'm not supposed to be bothered because I was never charged, but in my eyes, they have an infinite number of chances to have me falsely convicted on a heinous crime and give me a long prison sentence. So I go to the hospital for anxiety. They contact Access, a mental health agency which is part of the New River Valley Community Services, a county agency. Even though the sheriff deputies were there and could have told them I was right about their policy, they didn't. Then one county agency didn't believe another county agency's policy. I was now delusional and couldn't care for myself. I'd like to thank the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department for assaulting me and handcuffing me to a bed for my own safety for repeating their policy. I get to the hospital. I get my paperwork. I prove my story's true, and my diagnosis changes from schizophrenia to PTSD. I get out. I file a complaint. I've already proven to the hospital everything I said was true, but Access refuses to contact them and TDOs me again. Was this retaliation for filing a complaint, or Access refusing to do their due diligence to find out the sheriff's policy? I was sent bills for this. I want my money back. Please stop turning child abduction into a profitable business. Thank you.
And is